Hi, my name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. So today I would like to talk about what it was like growing up in a foster home. Me and my sister, we grew up in two different foster homes. We also stayed in a woman's shelter for a bit, and that was with my mom. So today I would like to talk about what the two foster homes were like. The first foster home was it was a husband and a wife and two other kids. The husband and wife, they were really strict. They would make us make our beds with no wrinkles. It was kind of hard because at the time we were sleeping on a bunk bed and we were not that tall, so it was kind of hard to make the bed with no wrinkles. When we went to that foster home, we were probably around like 6, 7, 8, around that age, and it was kind of scary because how they took us was from school. So we actually got taken while we were at school, and then we were driven all the way out to this other town, and we were placed in the foster home. Anyways, in that foster home, they would make us go to bed at like 6 o'clock, even in the summer. I know that's like, people were like, oh, like that's not too bad because you were so young, but like 6 o'clock even in the summer is a little bit crazy. Also, they would ground us if we did not bring home juice box straws, plastic spoons, if we didn't eat our lunch. Like, they were really strict. They would also, like I said, they would only let us play with one toy at a time. They would make us make our bed with no wrinkles. So we actually ended up getting transferred to a different home like about a year later. In this home, there was already two other foster kids, a brother and a sister, and then it was me and my sister. They definitely had their favorites because like they made me and my sister take back these other people's video games. At the time, there was a Blockbuster around. If you don't know what Blockbuster is, it's where you can rent games and movies and then you take them back. But she would make us take back the other people's games, even when it was blizzarding outside. She told us if we didn't take them back on time, we would have to pay for the late fees out of our allowance. Even though we didn't rent the game and we didn't rent the movie, we still had to take it back. Even in like minus like 15, we would still have to take it back. And we would have to walk about 15 minutes to go take it back. About 10 to 15 minutes. I forget exactly how long it took, but it wasn't like too far, but it wasn't that close. Also, she would get me and my sister to do the dishes all the time after my foster mom's mom, dad, and her kids and grandkids ate like holidays dinner. So we would have like big Christmas dinners, and she would make me and my sister do the dishes. She wouldn't make anyone else. And there was a lot of dishes. Mind you, there was probably like 15 people in this whole family, so there was a lot of dishes. And then she would make us like clean the whole house. She would make us do like everything pretty much. Like, she would even yell at my sister and I if we were like 3 minutes late. Like we we were scared to live there because she actually ended up hitting my sister, and it was only because my sister was trying to tell her something and she didn't like it, so she actually hit her in the face. If you are a foster mom or like you're a group home worker, you definitely should not be hitting kids and yelling at the top of your lungs, just because you never know like what kind of trauma those kids have went through, and it might scare them and make them feel unsafe. And there is no real reason to hit anyone. You shouldn't be hitting anyone. Anyways, also, like I remember her pulling my hair just because I spilled something on their carpet. They were like yelling at me, pulling my hair, like they were just very, it was not a good time. And I remember telling the worker, and she wouldn't listen to me and my sister. We also told my foster mom that the boy that was living there, he was like watching my sister change and stuff, and she didn't believe us. So that's another thing, like it was really wrong for her not to believe us. Like I don't see why we would lie about it, and like yeah, she should have actually like took into consideration like, hey, they're probably telling the truth, because it wasn't even just like me, it wasn't just her, like he was like watching his sister change, like it was just not safe. And like I don't know, it was just like a lot of traumatic things growing up. I remember like I said, my foster mom would yell at us a lot, and my foster dad, it wasn't just the mom and it wasn't just the dad, they would yell at us. And yeah, I just think there was better ways to go about things. Anyways, if you are going through being in a foster home or a group home or a woman's shelter or like a men's shelter, I hope you know that you are loved and cared about, and you do matter. And living in these homes do not define who you are. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you violent. It doesn't make you, like it doesn't make you a bad person. Just because someone does live in foster care and or a group home, or like a shelter, you shouldn't judge them, because it's not always their fault. Sometimes their parents might have passed away. Sometimes, yeah, they did come from abusive family, like you never know what their situation is. So I hope that you do not judge them. I also know that living at home can be traumatic too. I'm not saying it's not, and you shouldn't judge those people too. But just know that no matter where you live, or who you live with, you are loved and cared about, and it does not define who you are. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.